Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of The Real Heroes Show. You got Cory and Nick with you here as always, and this video is another spoilerific review of a Star Wars The Bad Batch episode. This is episode 13? Which was entitled Infested, streaming now on Disney Plus. If you haven't seen it yet, go check it out, then come back and see us. Nick, we've made it through another week. You have a very different look. Good Lord, you dapper motherfucker. Look at that. When was the last time you saw your ears?
I rarely see them after a shower.
Yeah.
But with this short of hair, it's been about 4 to 5 years.
Welcome to the club. I'm in the very short hair club, but you're now in just the short hair club.
The short hair club, yes.
You're just going along with the Bucky Barnes look because he cut all his hair off, so now you had to.
Yeah,
so
I have to stay in character. So
the white wolf has returned. Very
exactly.
Good. So
exactly.
I'm gonna be real straight up. I was not too thrilled with what happened in this Bad Batch episode. Not that the episode itself was like terrible or anything, but just the fact that we're only 4 away from the end and we got just an episode that kind of spun its wheels and didn't go anywhere. So do you agree with that statement? Or
I do. I was a little disappointed. Usually I'm intrigued and I watch the show without any interruptions, especially because it's pretty short. This time I found myself going on my phone a few times and admittingly texting people about my new haircut. My new haircut. Yeah, Jaeger bombs and palabas.
Yeah, not now. I'm in the zone. Okay.
Yeah, that's me telling the Bad Batch episode. Not now, Chief. I'm in the zone. Like, and meanwhile, it's like, what's that on the TV? Oh, is that a pike?
Yeah. So
okay, like.
So totally random, right? Because we haven't seen the pikes in anything since towards the end of Clone Wars season 7. There's been no reference to the pikes whatsoever in this. Roland showed up, who's a Deveronian.
Yep.
Cool, I guess.
There's some creatures in there. Like
the whole thing kind of felt like the third act of Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom with the whole mine car thing, which like that was cool and like the action was great and it looked pretty and whatnot. It just it didn't do anything to advance the plot because we ended up right back where we started. The Batch is doing work for Sid.
Yeah. These
people come in, interrupt Sid's business.
Yep.
There's a spice deal that's not a spice deal. Then it's a spice deal again. Omega goes back to the Bad Batch. Sid gets her bar back. And we're right back where we started. So
and that's it.
we haven't, last week ends with this banger of a cliffhanger where Crosshair finally gets permission to hunt the Bad Batch. And then Crosshair's not in this episode at all. And now there's only 3 left.
And like, the beginning of this episode, Tech's talking about like being surrounded by a bunch of Gundarks. I'm like, why didn't we get that? We should have seen that. That would have been awesome to see the Bad Batch going up against a bunch of Gundarks. Like, I mean, why would you leave that out? I'd rather have seen just an entire episode of them fighting Gundarks than what we got.
Right. However, that line also infers that even more time has passed since Crosshair got the go-ahead to hunt them, and he hasn't hunted them yet.
Right. So,
like, if I'm Crosshair and I get that green light, I'm getting in my ship and putting the GPS in for the Bad Batch's ship to go get them, right?
Yep.
But apparently that just hasn't.
I would have left as soon as I got the authorization.
Right.
And instead it's like, I'm going to take a while. I'm going to like spend a month, or a week.
Took a vacation, went to the Galactic Dunkin' Donuts and
strategized.
Got himself a chai latte or something. And
Dunkin' Donuts, Imperial version.
Dunkin' Donuts.
Dunkin' Donuts.
My new haircut, Dunkin' Donuts. So, yeah, I don't know, man. There was some cool stuff, like the action was cool. At the end, when the Pikes cut the horn off of Roland, like it's kind of cool to show that the crime syndicates mean business and they're tough and all that. But
I think the only thing that was really inferred by this is the same thing with the Pikes and having, being a crime syndicate and knowing at this point in time, Darth Maul is running it.
True. Which
So
maybe we introduce a crime syndicate to get to Maul in the final 3 episodes.
maybe, yeah,
Maybe.
like I don't know if Maul makes an appearance at the very end, like the finale or something, because
Yeah.
it's like we've said a couple times already on these episodes. If you start to include any form of Jedi or Sith, it's really going to take away from the Bad Batch and the clones and the aspect of now the Empire taking over. And when we finally get something like Crosshair hunting the Bad Batch, it's really going to take away from that too.
Right.
Throw in Maul. So introducing the Pikes at this point, like I feel like this episode would have had a better effect, or maybe been better to throw in the beginning of the season.
Sure. It's
Where you're
episode
not-
7 or 8 of the season, maybe it would have
Yeah,
made more sense. Yeah.
but not 13 when you've got 4 left and we don't know if there's going to be a second season.
Yeah. You know, it would be cool if, like, because you got crime syndicate stuff now, so Maul obviously comes to mind, but
Right.
it would also be kind of neat if Paul Bettany came in and did a driving boss cameo, because
Yeah,
I loved him in Solo, and he's still kicking. Kira hasn't killed him yet, as far as where we are in the timeline when
Yeah.
Bad Batch is taking place. We
Yep.
did get an animated version of him for like a split second during the final arc of Clone Wars, when Maul tells the syndicates to all go out into hiding.
Yep.
Clearly they're not in hiding anymore, so they could be poking around the galaxy doing nefarious stuff. But
you know?
I don't know, man. We're getting down to the wire on this one, and it almost, I don't know, like I felt like this episode really pulled away from everything that's happened in the show so far, and it almost kind of felt like maybe they were required to do 16 episodes contractually.
filler of some kind, like
Yeah, I hate to use that word, but it's just
same.
it's not even filler, because you didn't go anywhere. You're in the same spot you were in before. There's nothing to fill. You know.
yeah, it's like a more so of a repetition. Like
Yeah.
we're on the same path, we haven't deviated, but it's maybe something again like from an earlier part of the season, an episode where they go on this mission, they do this, they come back, and they're still in the same spot.
Yeah.
But maybe a little bit has changed.
It kind of reminds me of some of the complaints that people had with the first season of Mando, where like you could argue that pretty much anywhere from the end of the 3rd episode of that season all the way until like the 7th episode of that season didn't completely need to happen for the overall story of season 1 of that show. Right. This kind of felt sort of like that, because it's like at the end of the day, there's the stuff in the beginning that was epic and huge. There's the stuff with Cad Bane in the middle that was great.
Yep.
The Hera arc was pretty cool once it all got put together. But then this just kind of stuck out. It was kind of like the episode where they went to Raxus, I think it was, right before the Hera stuff.
Yeah.
Didn't feel like it really needed to be there entirely. So
Right. Same thing.
I don't know. For me, I guess I give this one maybe like a 6.5 out of 10, because it's still Star Wars. I still like watching new Star Wars stuff, but it wasn't a hit for me.
Yeah, I was gonna give it a 6. There was a part where I was hoping something would happen because it felt like a little bit of a call to the Fellowship of the Ring when they're in the mines of Moria.
Yeah.
And Peregrine took Pip. He knocks the well and the old dwarf wearing chain armor falls through and like then you start to hear the drums in the deep. And then all the gobbies come out crawling like spiders. I was almost waiting for something like that to happen, and did, and I'm like,
okay,
that's a missed opportunity. Like that to me, that would have been so cool. As big of a Lord of the Rings fan I am.
Instead, you got like Batman's well from Batman Begins at Wayne Manor.
Yeah, I'm like, this is it. Like, come on, Dave. Like,
Dude,
you could have done better than this.
Just hearing you say that though, Lord of the Rings, the Dolby Atmos track on the 4K Blu-rays in that Mines of Moria scene,
Probably hits.
oh, it's so It's so good. Oh my god! Like I'm about to go pop those in this weekend and
Nice.
revisit them. They sound incredible. So while we're on the topic of Star Wars animation, though, bonus for anyone who's stuck around to hear us complain this far.
Yeah.
So there was some rumors a couple months ago that some new reports came out. Sounds like things are locked in 100%. We apparently have live action casting for Ezra Bridger and Grand Admiral Thrawn for the Filoni verse. It hasn't been confirmed by Lucasfilm because they don't ever confirm anything. But
yeah.
it sounds like let me look up. I think it's Mina Masood.
It's the guy who played Aladdin.
He was Aladdin in the Disney live action remake. It sounds like he's going to be playing Ezra.
Yeah.
And then it sounds like Lars Mikkelsen, who was the voice actor for Thrawn in Rebels, is also going to be portraying him in live action. So
I think to me that those are very, very good casts.
Yeah, I'd agree.
I think makes sense
with Thrawn, the voice, right? Like,
yeah.
Even if Lars doesn't 100% end up looking like the Thrawn that people might have in their brain, I feel like he did such a good job with the voice in Rebels that's arguably just as important, if not more important, than what he looks like. Like they can kick him up with blue makeup and red contacts and whatever, but
some prosthetics or something like that. I mean, you know, like look what they would do for Dave Bautista,
right?
You know, with just all the makeup hiding his tattoos. Same thing for Zoe Saldana, you know, making her
Gamora.
Completely green, you know, when she plays Gamora. So, you know, it's possible. I think they'd like to deliver. They'll deliver, just like with Rosario playing, you know, Ahsoka. So, you know, I think Lars will do it, and I think the guy that plays Aladdin, which, you know, I not to really diverge into a different topic here, but of all the live remakes, Aladdin was probably my favorite one.
I haven't even seen it. Is it good?
I think it's the best.
Okay.
You know, and it's, you know, it does fit the very like sort of Middle Eastern vibe.
Okay.
And I think the actor himself is Tunisian.
He's got the look for Ezra. Like absolutely. If someone put the two side by side, and his facial features look like they hit, and at this point I trust.
And he's a good actor. I think he's a good actor. So yeah, and I think he would fill the type of Ezra, especially being more grown and mature. I think
because this is going to be an older Ezra, right?
Yep. So
and it sounds like that's a lock for the Ahsoka show, which, judging by the way things have been going over there, Book Boba Fett is done filming completely.
Okay. That's to 2020 late.
That's this year, December. It's supposed to come out. So they're deep into editing on that. Kenobi should be a third of the way, halfway done at this point.
Is that slated for 2022?
Yeah.
So
it might even come out before Mando 3, because
that would
Mando
be my
3
thought.
Just started filming like last week.
And then Andor's got to come out before Mando season 3
next year also.
Damn. So we'll get a carryover from Book of Boba Fett from December to January.
Yeah.
So 2021 to 2022. We'll get Kenobi hopefully next year, and then possibly Andor as well. Like that's
and Mando 3.
Yeah, I mean,
there are probably four Star Wars shows next year, plus probably a second season of Bad Batch if we're.
And my guess is probably, since you know we're talking animation here, a lot of the anime Star Wars that I'm looking forward to.
Yeah, Visions drops September this year.
Yeah, so we've got a lot.
It's really exciting, and there was some casting stuff for Kenobi too, that Jordan Mason dropped last week. Apparently, there's going to be a young Leia in the mix, and the fellow that plays Han in the Fast and Furious movies is apparently going to be playing the fifth brother, which is one of the Inquisitors, which I'm beyond hyped to see Vader's Inquisitors in live action for the first time. So
give it to me.
I feel like the Kenobi show is like, here is the sink of fan service we're just gonna dump it on
Dump
you.
it,
It's
yeah.
gonna be all the fan service.
Oh God.
But it's in the hands of a very capable director, and
Deborah Chow.
Ewan is obviously a very capable lead. So
Yeah.
boy, oh boy, that
He's
one's gonna
the nostalgia and reminiscence for Ewan is gonna be through the roof for people and fans.
be when they actually like show a trailer for that, the internet's just gonna explode.
We're gonna do a live reaction of the trailer for a video, and you're gonna see both of us just completely leave the room.
It's just gonna be me like this the whole time. I'm just gonna be like plastered into my chair, not being able to get up. All the hello there's.
Hello there, Hayden and his.
I need him in Clone Wars armor.
Clone Wars armor, dude. General
It.
Skywalker.
They have to do that because there's no point in bringing him into the show if he's going to just be in the Darth Vader costume, because you need his
Don't
face.
see him,
right?
Exactly.
Oh, and imagine if they got like, if they brought in Rosario and kind of like used de-aging on her a little bit to have it be like a live action trio
For an episode, dude.
of Ahsoka, Anakin, and Obi-Wan. God damn. Oh. I'm so ready. Like, I love all the Marvel stuff we're covering, man, but next year is going to be like the year of Star Wars, and that is beyond hype. So
Yep.
so this video ended up being like a half Bad Batch review,
half future Star Wars content review.
Let's get ourselves back into a happy state of mind with talking about the future of the brand. So we would love to hear what you guys think. Did you think this episode of Bad Batch was kind of just a spinning the wheels in place sort of thing, or did you like it? Everybody's entitled to their own opinion. We'd love to hear yours. Leave us a comment below, and also let us know what you think about the future of Star Wars. You think the future is bright? You excited for all these Disney Plus shows? You know we are. So definitely make sure to let us know about that. And as always, if you'd like to support us, you can do so for free. Just go ahead, like this video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, turn on your notifications, and share with your friends. We'll be back on Monday with Ted Lasso. It's happening. It's a thing. It's going to be real. We're going to do it every week for 12 weeks. And then we're also going to be talking next week about A Quiet Place Part 2, because that finally comes out on home video release. So I'm going to do a 4K review of it. We're going to actually review the movie itself in a separate video. We'll have episode 14 of The Bad Batch. Big, nice, thick week of content. And then the week after that, James Gunn's Suicide Squad comes out. So it's bananas. It's nonstop. It's never going to stop here. So definitely make sure to stay tuned for all of that from us. And until next time, we'll see you guys in the next video.
Peace.